wrong place, wrong time. I saw this on TikTok, and it was kind of coming on my feed a lot. It was the Run for Roses AAU tournament. There was a shooting that broke out. I would say alleged shooting that broke out. You see many videos of people running, scattering all across the court. This is a huge AAU tournament that goes on yearly in Louisville, Kentucky, and it was put to a halt, a scary situation where there was a reported shooter there, and you have fans, you have players, you have coaches, you have referees, you have event staff, you have workers, you have coaching staff that are there recruiting these kids. Looked like an all-girls tournament. I didn't see any male athletes on the court. Correct me if I'm wrong, somebody in the comments. But this is one of those situations where you sit back and you're like, man, why can't kids just be able to play ball and do what they love to do? And I think this is a scary situation for many reasons. I mean, you got people who are afraid to go to schools these days because of shooters that could potentially cause a threat to their livelihood. And now these situations are being brought up into sports. And I think sports is the biggest healer of things. And trying to throw this hate and all of this negativity, whether it's can't handle emotions, whether it's somebody who just might not be in the right mental space going out there, or some people who just want to cause havoc and terror on good people in society. This type of stuff has got to stop. I saw a young lady who was competing in the tournament put out a video, and she said that the organization of the Run for Roses said that it was just a fire alarm situation. She also said that she spoke to an officer who his story lined up opposite with that. There were people who witnessed and heard the gunshots being rang off inside of the basketball arena. There were also magazines found on the floor from gun cases for guns. And I don't understand the cover-up. It's a situation where I know that this is such a big event. There's a lot of liability. A lot of people's livelihoods are at stake. And there needs to be better security measures. Point blank and simple. Like, you have to protect the people that are going to be in your event. These are human beings. These are our future when it comes to the game of basketball. And these are ultimately our future human beings just in life. You got to protect your people. There's a mistake, stand up for it. You can't protect everybody. You can't protect everything. You don't have control, because ultimately God has control. But control what you can control. Put in these security measures. There's many reports that they were more worried about the wristbands that you had getting into the building rather than making sure nobody has the guns to get into that building. And so I think there has to be way better security measurements. There has to be a sense of accountability, whether it's upon the Run for Roses organization, whoever the case may be, so that when we continue to go forward, we don't have these situations. I thought it was wild that they continued to play in the tournament, because I understand it's a moneymaker and it's a situation where, you can't control everything. But man, I think in a situation like that, there's so much trauma that happens in that. I don't know if anybody should have been back in that building playing basketball. But you guys let me know your thoughts on that. These are just my thoughts. I personally would have canceled that event and continue to move forward to make sure that these athletes are good. In between the ears, I talk about the mental aspect of the game so much. You have to make sure that these athletes are okay before we even talk about basketball. So going forward, Run for Roses organization, love that you have put on such a tremendous event, who has a history of being great. But my goodness, let's get some security measures in place. Let's make sure our athletes, our fans, spectators, parents, referees, event staff, work staff, coaches that come to recruit these kids, and you guys who are putting on the event are safe. Simple as that.
Whoa! Who knew I would make it this far? They hated, they never believed me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I make it look easy. Yeah.